WWE believes Mercedes Moné will be back soon. Plus, a returning star is attending SmackDown tonight, and WWE is interested in a New Japan star. It's all in the wrestling news right now. See, I was calling her Mercedes Moné.
Yes.
But then in her interview in Wrestle Kingdom, she was saying money.
Well, her theme song just goes, money,
Money.
money, money, money.
Who do you think she is? Ted DiBiase? Mercedes Moné, however you pronounce it, made her presence felt at Wrestle Kingdom Night 1 earlier in the week. WWE's reaction has been interesting, hasn't it?
Yeah, so this is from Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio. He said WWE are very strongly under the impression that Mercedes will not wrestle for AEW. They think that she's coming back at some point to WWE. She'll get this out of her system and she'll do her New Japan matches. If she's going to AEW, she's got to sign for 3 years minimum, because why bother if she's going back to WWE? For AEW, it would be really stupid to put her on TV if she's going to go back in 6 months. I don't know that she wants to make that commitment, that she can't go back.
Yeah, the interesting wordage there, where in the sort of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer talks about how this is something that Mercedes Moné is getting out of her system, and saying that a return to WWE is all but inevitable.
Yeah.
After these few dates for Japan, I don't know. It kind of feels like she's positioned herself to do her own thing at her own speed.
Yeah, I agree.
feel like it seems somewhat arrogant to just assume that she's going to rock back up when she's got it out of her system.
Yeah,
it's quite condescending talk, that.
I actually agree with you there. Sort of with all the build towards this, her turning up at Wrestle Kingdom and Stardom and New Japan and everything, it feels almost as though like it would be, it feels cut short to just end sort of after 6 months if she is planning on going back to WWE. I think she's got perhaps a lot more plans to stay over there and get involved in a lot more matches. So yeah, I'm not too sure what to sort of believe on this one.
For the time being, though, Sasha Banks, as she's known in WWE, has been quietly moved to the alumni section of WWE.com. I don't see her going back. I think she's now possible. I mean, everyone goes back eventually, admittedly. You know, Sasha Banks will Hall of Fame in 10, 15 years' time or whatever. I think she's now at a point where she can cut her own schedule as it pertains to wrestling. She's really keen on cracking Hollywood and doing more stuff on TV and film. You know, she's the only person in history to give Boba Fett a tornado DDT. There's so much possibility for her to do it her own way.
Yeah.
I don't see her going back for if she goes back, it's going to be Hall of Fame in 10, 15 years.
I think you're right in that. I think she's at the perfect position now where she can just sort of do whatever she really wants to. And it's going to be exciting to see what she actually does end up doing. I mean, there's a lot of speculation now around sort of AEW too next week, whether she will actually turn up there. I know Dave Meltzer here believes that she might not be, but like, who genuinely knows at this point?
Well, that was the interesting thing from that. Let's talk on that very briefly.
Yeah.
So Dave Meltzer, another thing was that Dave said in this same Wrestling Observer Radio was the reason that they sort of shotgunned the surprise partner for Toni Storm was to calm down the conversation about it being Mercedes Moné.
But then we added little bits in there, didn't we? Like Boss was put in there, and it was like, and Winks, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, so they don't help themselves by doing that. So we'll see what happens next week. I mean, there's a school of thought then that if she does turn up on AEW next week, she's not in a rush to go back, and she isn't going to get it out of the system.
No, of course.
Then return.
And then there's always the possibility, you know, with Forbidden Door and everything, the pay-per-view itself too, her like going over there to do a little bit of that as well. Like who knows? A little
bit of this and a little bit of that.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of the other on Rampage tonight. It's live out of Portland, and Darby Allin is going to defend his TNT title. First time in this particular reign. He's facing the Kingdom's Mike Bennett. They had a little tete-a-tete backstage. That led to an open challenge being called, and we're getting Bennett versus Darby.
Nice.
Mike Bennett's a solid worker.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Solid
worker. I really enjoy him in the ring, and I want to see a little bit more of the Kingdom. They came into AEW. I know it feels like they're going to be part of the Ring of Honor stuff for sure. show, hence why maybe they've not been on TV so much. But I want to see more of him. I want to see Adam Cole get back with him. You know what I mean? I kind of want to see that. I kind of want to see
interesting little twist for Adam Cole should he make a return to be amongst it with that one. I'd be all right with that. Incidentally, follow Mike Bennett on Twitter because he is the most positive, uplifting guy that you'll ever see.
That's what you need.
You need that kind of energy.
You need
that kind of energy. Also on Rampage tonight, the Killer and the Pillar facing the Renegade Twins, getting warmed up for Wednesday's Dynamite against definitely Mercedes Moné. Satire. There'll also be an appearance by House of Black, and we'll see John Moxley teaming with Bryan Danielson to face Top Flight.
Ooh, excited to see that as well.
Moxley's kind of become the Rampage guy, hasn't he? He said, I'm just going to be on Rampage every week until the ratings go up.
Which is level
grinding. Like he's like in Final Fantasy VII running through the fields.
Limit breaking. Doing all the good stuff. I think that's a good thing. Again, we've spoken about this on the news multiple times, but sort of Jim Ross and other people within AEW talking about wanting to make Rampage feel like a special thing, a bigger thing, and to, I guess, have the bigger stars on there too is always a good shout, isn't it?
Rampage is live tonight, as is SmackDown. A returning face is going to be attending the show. Isn't that right, Andrew?
Absolutely. So from PW Insider, as part of his new duties within the company, William Regal will be at Friday Night SmackDown in Memphis. PW Insider has indeed confirmed this. So he's gonna be there. I mean, just helping his fellow wrestling friends, making sure they're all right.
I think this might be his first appearance at a WWE show for over a year, because obviously he got back into the job. I think, was he back in the office Tuesday?
Yes.
Or Wednesday. So tonight will be his first time like attending a WWE event since everything that went on.
Aww.
So it'd be nice to catch up with some old friends. And
Absolutely. I think there's going to be a lot of happy wrestlers and a lot of happy backstage personnel this evening, amongst all the things that we've been talking about recently. So
William Regal. Oh, by the way, Vince is running creative again. Omos is champ forever.
Knock him out.
Oh, do you reckon?
Put Nux on, knock him out.
Vince goes, I thought I fired you. Get gone. Get yourself away again. WWE are touting a top star from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, we talked yesterday about one particular name that might be entering the Rumble.
Yeah.
I think we got that 180 degrees wrong.
Switcheroo. It's been switcheroo, Tom. So this is from Fightful Select. So higher ups within WWE have expressed interest internally in Hikaleo. Fightful was told. Fightful.
Sean, go home. You're drunk. That's what you wrote.
Fightful has told that has been the word for months, and we actually had heard that even prior to the Wrestle Kingdom show. We've not been given any indication that the loser leaves Japan match is related to this, but it feels like it might be. So Hikaleo is set to face Jay White in a loser leaves Japan match in the next week or so. So Fightful Select say, much like with Finn Balor helping bring in Dragon Lee, intermediates have been used to express interest to the talent themselves in many cases.
Yeah, so this is whereas Finn, like you said with Finn Balor, saying, hey, Dragon Lee, get over here. Others have been going, hey, Hikaleo,
go out and get yourself over here.
Come on over. It's interesting because when we both heard the loser leaves Japan announcement, we kind of thought, well, this is Jay White's time. Yeah. Maybe this is where we get Hikaleo in the Rumble.
Yeah, well, you know what? It very well could be. We were talking yesterday, weren't we, about perhaps we heard things about Jay White's contract being like 7 years within New Japan, right? And things were a little bit in doubt then, but perhaps he is very well staying there. And yeah, it could be Hikaleo. He's got some history, though. A little bit of history, doesn't he?
He has indeed. 6-year vet, trained at the Team 3D Academy, trained at the Farley Dojo, trained at the LA Dojo. He's popped up on Impact and AEW. He's the nephew of Haku. Haku adopted him as a son very early on. Imagine Haku drop you off at school.
And that would be pretty cool.
Literally, there's very few people on the planet that can go, my dad beat your dad up.
And it actually be true as well.
Yeah, nephew of Haku, as they adopted him as a son. He's the brother of Tama Tonga as well. So very much family ties there. And he's, do you know what? He's a fit for WWE.
I think so as well.
You know, 6'8", 340, 330 odd pounds.
Yep.
I think he's pretty built for WWE style.
Yeah, definitely. Without a doubt.
So maybe Hikaleo in the Rumble.
I wouldn't,
Stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened, haven't they? They have.
There'll be more wrestling news throughout the day, which will not be strange. At Cultaholic, I hope not.
Well, it might be.
At cultaholic.com. The podcast is back tonight as well. It is Matthew, it is Jack, and it is Fraser.
It is.
As Ross is away.
He is indeed.
It was recorded yesterday afternoon. So the podcast curse has indeed struck again.
Well, the first podcast back in 2023 and it's already stricken, Tom.
The Vince McMahon news obviously will not make it into the podcast, but if you want to get fully up to speed with all of that, we did a video on it just before this one, and you can get the latest throughout the day on that story and more at cultaholic.com. Keys.
Love you, bye.